Hi everyone, my name is Steph, this is the Novelty Corner and welcome back to my channel. Today I have my January 2024 reset video for you. This is the first reset for the new year. It's pretty exciting. I have a new reset basket, one that will not squish my books. That's pretty exciting. So if you have not seen one of these videos before, this is where I wrap up my reading from the last month and also set my TBR, or my pile of possibilities, optional reads, etc. because my TBRs are always massive because I like to mood read my way through them. So I tend to overfill it in the vain hopes that I will feel like reading what it is that I need to read in the month. Don't ask me, it works for some reason in my brain. But before we jump into what I'm going to be reading in January, I do want to wrap up December and 2023's reading. So I read 46 books in December and that was a total of 11,028 pages. But for the entire year I read 590 books for a total of 152,866 pages. And of those 590 titles, 60 were rereads. So last year was a massive year, clearly, and I read plenty of great things and you'll be hearing all about my best of books in a couple of days, so stay tuned, that is coming. And now it's time to start thinking about what I want to read next year. And you will have seen that I have posted a video on how I'm planning on picking my TBRs, so we'll be doing that today. I also have my regular ways of picking, so I have my annotated books project, I have my priority reads and read-alongs and things like that, as well as trying to work my way through my Kindle backlist, as well as my Kindle Unlimited backlist. So there's lots of ways that I'm going to be picking TBRs. So this could get a little bit long, so make sure you have a drink, please stay hydrated. It's very warm here. I really want to put the air conditioner on, but it's right above the camera, so we don't want that background noise. And if you stick around all the way to the end, you will see that I have my resets for my content planning as well as my reading journal for January. So we're going to start off with my priority reads this month. The first one being Freedom is a Constant Struggle by Angela Davis. This is part of the book community read with Jess Owens. I'm very interested in picking this up. It looks, I think, at the intersection of the Black Lives Matter movement, a few other bits and pieces in US history, as well as the current conflict in Palestine. So I would like to read it. And apparently it's short. It's also on KU. So that is a really good reason to pick this book up this month. I also have 2 books to read for a read along of Kristen Ashley's Rock Chick series. So I'm going to be reading Rock Chick Reawakening and Rock Chick Book 1. Stay tuned tomorrow, I'm going to have a video all about that, so that is coming, but those are going to be read this month. I also have The Kinsman Universe, which is the collection of short stories and novellas that take place in Ilona Andrews' Kinsman Universe that Megan, Heather, Izzy and I are reading. So that is being read and we have our live show in 2 weeks' time talking about these. The final priority read, which is another buddy read, is Monster Pucker by Cleo Evans that I'm going to be reading with Izzy and Shay at some point in January. I do have a few review titles that were sent to me by Ellen and Unwin, so thank you very much to them. There are 2 kids picture book titles. There is Beach Song by Ross Moriarty and illustrated by Samantha Campbell. Your Brain is a Lump of Goo by Arden Ben Barrack and illustrated by Christopher Nielsen. Those 2 were books that I requested. These other 2 are books that were unsolicited. So there's Whenever You're Ready by Trish Bolton and Peppercorn House by Nicole Hurley Moore. So those will be interesting to explore while I'm on holidays. Alongside that, I'm still reading The Year I Met My Brain by Matilda Bosley. This is a non-fiction title, so that will just sit in the basket as something that I'm continuing to read. And then also for a project for Little Bookish Teacher, I need to read The Quiet and the Loud by Helena Fox, which is an Australian young adult title. I should say, anything that I get sent unsolicited, I don't make a commitment to read it. If I get a chance to read it or if I feel like picking it up, I will, but I'm just going to pop it in the TBR basket so it's sitting there because that becomes part of my large pile of things that I can mood read from. And that's always a good thing. Next up, we have my annotation book for my ongoing project. And again, I forgot to have an actual coin with me, so we're going to use one of these decorative book coins. Which one should we pick? Let's go this one. Ooh, okay. So it is Rookie Mistake. Here it is. The first time I read it as an ebook, so I have not touched a physical copy, and that'll be exciting. As I said in my other video, I will be reading the oldest book on my Kindle every month, which this month happens to be Spec Ops by Craig Allenson, which is a sci-fi space opera. This is book 2 in the series. So I will be getting to that this month. And then every month I'm going to pick at least 1 star out of here. So 1 star every month. And then if I spin my digital TBR, then I will continue to pick more of these. I suppose I should mix them up a little bit more. Okay, let's go with this one. What is in the star? Oh, the thing I didn't think about is how fiddly these are going to be to unwrap. Okay, so this says Scorching to the Touch. I can't remember what that is. Okay, it is by Ophelia Martinez. That is going on our TBR. I have no idea what it's about. And then the last thing that I'm going to do is spin my spinner wheel and choose my method for choosing 5 to 10 more books to go on the TBR. Remember, I said this is an excessive TBR. So I'm going to insert a clip of the spinner wheel. Okay. So actually this works out really well because this was my digital TBR, and I think because this is my new shiny thing that I have made, that I think that is a really nice thing that it came up on the spinner wheel. I wasn't expecting that, but anyway. So we're going to pick some more books from here, which is great because, you know, starting the year reducing my Kindle TBR would be nice. So let's see how many books I'm going to be picking out of the jar. Siri, pick a number between 5 and 10. Oh, jeez. 9. Okay, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, what have we got? Okay, book 1 is Prince of Ruin by Beck McMaster. 2 for Interference by, oh gosh, how do you say that? Lysariona McMaster, or 2 McMasters. This is a hockey romance. Look, these stars look pretty, but the fiddly is all get out. Okay. Oh, Beyond the Black Door. Why can't I remember that author's name? A.M. Strickland. So I've had this on my TBR for ages, and I think all I remember about it is it's potentially queer. Book 4. Book 4 is Duo Act by Lainey Ash, which is a sapphic romance. Sapphic romance? Sapphic enemies to lovers romance. 5. Book 5 is Changing Her Rules. This one is Deidre-Ann Anderson. Honestly, guys, the things that I have on my Kindle, who knows? Book 6 is Red Card. This is by Liz Crow and is a soccer romance or a football romance. I call it soccer because I'm a heathen. All right, book 7 is One Time Only. Oh, okay, so this is Elle Blakely. I have not read any Lauren Blakely before, I don't think. So that'll be a first. All right, book 8. Okay, this is Signs of Love Spring. And I'm pretty sure that this is Anita Sunday. And I have read one Anita Sunday before, so that will be fun to read. I'm pretty sure that Signs of Love Spring is a novella. We'll find out when I read it. Oops, I'm breaking my star. Why am I breaking my star? Okay, final star is just called Looking. What is that? Ah, it's a Katrina Jackson Patreon novel. That's exciting. I love having a Katrina Jackson on here. So those are my Star Jar picks. Now, the other book that I'm going to throw on here is Their Matchmaker by Alison Lind, because there is the buzzword for January. So I'm going to try and do that. But because of the TBR, I'm probably not going to put a rare author on here this month. I will definitely put one on next month. But yes, that is my TBR. So it's time to reset my TBR basket. We're going to jump straight into resetting my content planning, which will give you a bit of a sneak peek into what's coming up in January in terms of video content, as well as my January journal setup. I think I mentioned in one of my videos that my goal this year is to take book covers of my favorite books from 2023 and use them as themes for each month in my reading journal, starting off with my fave, the rest of the story. So that's going to be a bit fun as well. So use the timestamps down below to jump into that content as you need to. In the comments, I'd love to know, have you read any of these books, or are you planning on picking any of them up? Or are there any books in here that you would like to see me read sooner rather than later? I will undoubtedly mood read outside of this TBR because I'm me, but this is what I want to try and get through. And the good thing about the Kindle project is that I am more likely to DNF a Kindle book that's been on my TBR for ages that I'm not enjoying, which means I'm going to get through that TBR. That is the plan. If you want to let me know what you are planning on picking up in January, I would love to hear. Otherwise, I hope that wherever you are in the world, you are staying safe and healthy. I hope the new year has been wonderful to you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.